Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about Scythe, this very famous dystopian sci-fi novel, and this is the first book of the trilogy. The second book is called Thunderhead, and the third book is called The Toll. So let's first dive right in and take a look at the author. So the author is called Neil Shusterman. He's a very famous American author for young adult fiction. His novel Scythe, which is precisely this book that we're talking about in this video, won the 2017 Michael L. Prince Honor Book Award. He wrote numerous novels, picture books, short stories, game guides, nonfictions, poems, and also a few film scripts as well. So a brief summary of the book is that the story sets in a perfect world where humanity prospers. There's no disease, no wars, and even death is being eradicated. And the whole population is managed and overseen by this huge, smart AI program called Thunderhead. But there is also some problem with this perfect world and the community. For example, overpopulation. Because there's no death, people just grows like crazy. So there are these groups of professional reapers who are called Scythe, and their responsibility is to kill people who they think is an extra of the community, is the people who are contributing to the overpopulation. And in the book, their killing is called gleaning. And their process of killing people and selection of people who they're gleaning is this organization that is called Scythe. And basically the storyline goes by two teens are apprenticed under an old Scythe, but only one can become a Scythe after a year, and the other one will have some bad consequence to that person. So let's look at two main characters. The first character, main protagonists, is called Rowan Danish. He's a boy, and he's a dynamic character, which means his personality and his character undergoes change throughout the novel. And his character undergone moral conflicts. His personality is ordinary. He's just, but also brutal and violent. The second character, the second protagonist, and who also serves as a character foil for Rowan Danish, is called Scythe Terranova. She's a girl. She's a static character, means her personality and her character doesn't really change throughout the novel. She's empathetic, compassionate, and also principled. So both are pretty positive characters, but for Rowan, there is some complication for sure. So let's look at the setting. So, a spoil warning for sure. So, in order to indicate that you are a Scythe, you have to wear a Scythe ring, and anybody that kissed this Scythe ring, there's a jewel, a diamond attached to the Scythe ring. Anybody that kissed the diamond will get an immunity from being gleaned for 1 year. Scythe are also required to wear robes, and they are also required to write daily journals. The organization is there are regional Scythedoms, world Scythe councils, Scythe committees, and Scythe Bureau of Investigation. So these are some political factors and settings in this novel. An apprenticeship is a 1-year training program that involves both physical and mental training, and every apprentice needs to go through 4 tests in the conclaves, which are basically meetings for the whole Scythedom. And apprentices have to pass all the 4 tests in order to become an official Scythe. And all the Scythe also have 10 commandments that regulate how they choose people, what principle must they act on. One of the very famous commandments that they must follow is thou shalt kill. So let's look at the plot. So first is exposition. So basically this is where the setting of the story takes place. So death has been eradicated. Scythe and Rowan are chosen to apprentice with Honorable Scythe Faraday. Neither of them wanted to actually be a Scythe. And next, the conflict developed and got introduced. So the competition between the two teams are the central conflict of this book. So Scythe Goddard proposed an evil plan where the failure of the two needs to be gleaned by the winner, which means the fail of the two apprentices could be fatal. And the Scythe Goddard also serves as the antagonist of the novel. And in addition, he also serves as Rowan's second mentor as well, which kind of indirectly caused Rowan's change in his personality. And next is rising action, where suspense builds up and conflicts gets to be triggered even further, and there's all these tensions and complications between character dynamics. Scythe and Rowan both decided to fail the first test to help each other. Scythe Faraday fakely gleaned himself to protect two teams, and in nowadays contemporary terms, he committed a fake suicide. Scythe and Rowan separated to two other Scythe, who are Scythe Curie, who's a good mentor, and Scythe Goddard, who values brutal and violent mass killing. Then is climax. So during the final test, Scythe and Rowan are asked to glean one of their family members. Scythe is ordained as the Honorable Scythe Anastasia, and she helped Rowan to escape. The following action is Scythe rises to a position of influence within the Scythedom, aiming to bring about change from within, because there are these kind of two separate groups. One is centered by Scythe Goddard, who values violence and brutal mass killing, and the other one is Scythe Terranova. Rowan, now an outlaw known as Scythe Lucifer, dedicates himself to combating the corruption and injustice he has witnessed. Finally, resolution, which is the conclusion. Scythe and Rowan took actions that reflect their growth and newfound understanding of their roles as Scythes. They began to navigate their responsibilities with a clearer sense of purpose and justice. So let's look at some interesting writing techniques used in this novel. The first one is composition. So there are journal extracts before each chapter, which basically include insights of different perspectives, and this is very interesting because it showcases different thematic passages that influence character forethoughts. The second one is structure. So the novel is written in multi-perspective, and it's written in third omniscient point of view. The last one is dramatic irony. So it's a result of multi-perspective. We know what's happening across the board, what different characters kind of plotting, but the characters within the novel are unaware. Some themes introduced and developed in this novel, including humanity, love, conscience, technology, and religion. It discusses the contrasting nature between immortality and death, love and loss. It also talks about finding one's purpose in life. Maybe we're doing something that we don't necessarily love, but maybe we will develop a passion for it later in life. It also talks about different inflicting societal pressures, political dynamics as well. There are also lots of symbolism, objectivity versus subjectivity. Overall rating, I would say the world setting is 5-star, plot is 4-star, structure/narrative is 4.5, theme is 5-star, overall is 4.5. So this is a solid sci-fi teen young adult novel. So again, other books in this trilogy, including Thunderhead, The Toll. It's a very good trilogy, and please check out. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day.